All right, in 5, 4, 3,
Cheap flights.
Cornbread.
How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Hoban, the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Frank Hoban, and we are here with episode 15 of the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. We are happy to be back after a couple-week hiatus, and we've been sleeping the whole time, hibernating after the 24-hour podcast, man.
Dude, no, we haven't. Stop it. You
You're
stop
right,
that
you're
now.
right. We've been working.
We've been working our dicks off.
We've been working our dicks off. We are with very special guest, Bush drinker, Braiton Barber. On Instagram, you may know him as Love Fury. What's up, man?
Guys? How you doing today? Happy to be here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Here to talk Sony and see what's going on.
Exactly. As all of you know, you can watch and listen to the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast on iTunes, Spotify, the next day. You can watch it here right on YouTube, and now you can see it on Twitch. We're not doing Facebook anymore. So come check us out on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. But we're really happy to be back. Our last episode was when we were partying in the hotel for Andy Frasco and the UN. Jesus Christ.
What a great idea.
It was a fucking hell of an idea.
Dude, we had almost as much luck chasing John Mayer as we did trying to get Andy Frasco to come back, do a podcast in their hotel room.
We tried to get Andy Frasco, which, if you don't know, have you ever heard of him? He's
No,
just this
I know
wacky,
John Mayer.
John Mayer,
He was
hell
just
yeah.
in Boston.
Just in Boston. He was actually here in Albany, I want to say January.
Okay.
Didn't return our fucking calls
Didn't
then either.
Dude, he straight up ignored us.
You guys ain't shit. No.
Yeah, Andy, come on,
John
dude.
Mayer,
What
John
the
Mayer.
fuck? So, yeah, man. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
I've met you once at the bar at the Hollow. What
Okay.
concert was that? I can't even remember. There's so many.
I
Maybe
was a
it was
little
Andy in the
tipsy.
Water.
I wasn't really there for the band.
You were there for the
I was
band.
there for
okay.
I could not tell you what. Actually, I do remember what happened that night, but yeah, wasn't a good story. Actually, the boss got a little messed up that night.
Oh, no
Fell
way.
off something and hit his head. So yeah,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
okay.
Shout out to a boss. Yeah. So you're a photographer. Now I gotta ask,
Sure.
when did you start shooting photos, man?
So when I was a kid, I was into gaming. Started a forum for the game, and then the graphics section in the forum took off so much that I got into graphic design a lot, doing like photo editing, signatures, etc.
I'm gonna pause you there first.
Yeah,
What
go for
game was the forum for?
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
throwback.
You know,
But
gotta
it's
support it.
It's a big community still, right?
Big community.
Cool.
But yeah, so I ran that forum, and the graphics section just took off so much that I just like started a graphics forum called vibrantfx.net. I was 13 at the time. It was the second largest graphics forum on the internet. And so I learned how to, edit everything then. And then, got my money up as I got older, finally got a nice camera.
Yeah.
About a year ago, or a little less than a year ago.
So what made you choose Sony? I gotta ask, as somebody just hopping into photography and
Yeah.
not maybe coming from a DSLR like a lot of people.
Well, my dad always taught me do a lot of research, a lot of research, YouTube videos, all that good stuff. So I follow a lot of like Manny Ortiz, Jason Vong, guys like that, big Sony guys.
Absolutely.
And, also, I have a friend named Jeff Blay.
Okay.
I actually followed him on Instagram, and then he was actually at work. I work at Regeneron pharmaceutical company, and we're gowned in the process area. All you can see is like this much, you know what I mean, on each other's faces.
Right.
And we were talking about photography, and I was talking about possibly getting like a camera and stuff. So he was like telling me things, and then we're like, oh wait, we already follow each other. So it was a super funny experience, and then ended up going with the Sony. So yeah.
Hell
it's
yeah.
been great.
And what for the people listening, what model are you shooting?
I have the A7R3.
Okay, hell yeah.
got
So
a
what is
couple
what is your
G-Masters.
what is your take on it? What do you like about shooting the Sony? Is there any gripes you have with shooting a Sony?
I love it. I feel like I'm really good at editing. So
Good.
If I can get the sharpest image possible, then I can edit any color. Like Canon has great color. Like throw that into it, you know what I mean, and then make the best of both worlds.
Cool.
So yeah, it's been going good. I don't have any experience with other cameras, so I can't really speak on that. So.
Yeah, no, I just coming from a DSLR style body. My first body I ever had was a Canon 70D back in college, and was a Canon shooter. Hopped around, had the 5D Mark IV, had the 7D. Loved both of the cameras, and I will say, I personally think that Canon has better colors. I still own a Canon, just for that, I don't know, fulfilling feeling, I guess.
You have a lot of cameras.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing though, I just because, you know, once I got past the enthusiast side and was like, okay, shit, I could make something out of this.
Yeah.
You know, things start to become, you know, as things stop becoming a hobby so much and more a job, you need the right tool for the job.
Right.
And, you know, we use different cameras for live streaming that we use for video production and photography. But when I'm shooting video and when I'm shooting photos, it's, when I'm saying video, at least like B-roll, capturing the sharp stuff, it's Sony.
Yep.
And
autofocus.
Autofocus is amazing.
Yep.
There's still EF glass that I use for my Sony camera, 70-200. Canon works beautiful on it, adapts great.
Cool.
It's a nice and light body for when I'm using a gimbal as well, because that gets heavy. For a long time, I was still using a DSLR on my gimbal because, quite frankly, I think that Canon's autofocus is amazing for video. They got the dual pixel autofocus; it's crazy. But then I started to trust my Sony a little more. Finally, bought some E-glass. Up until last year, I only used Canon glass on my Sony, and I've been shooting Sony for like 5 years now. So, because I was like, you know, I can still get the money out of this. You know, a lot of my primes are still Canon. I love the just the Canon primes.
Oh yeah.
But it just elevated my shooting. It made me more confident in my shooting. I don't have to think twice about the camera I'm using. The electronic viewfinder is hands down the greatest invention ever made. For those who are still shooting the DSLRs, please try a mirrorless camera. Walk into any Best Buy and you'll see what I'm talking about. No chimping, you know, the process is faster. And they make them so well that even the lowest full frame Sony camera is a hell of a camera, which you can get into a Sony system for like $700, A7 II. I know a buddy who still uses it on tour with a band that tours nationally and gets the shots he needs and doesn't, you know, it's all about, obviously it's all about what you know, not about what camera you're using. That's why, like, if I'm, you know, at a show, I want somebody to take a photo of my friend and I, I'm not gonna hand them my camera because they know how to use an iPhone.
Right.
That's all they know.
They'll take a better photo with the iPhone than they will with the other one. Yeah.
Exactly. So well, that's cool, man. Now, what type of stuff do you like to shoot? I will say the way I found you, well, actually that's not true at all. Obviously we met in the bar, but I started seeing your sponsored ads on Instagram. I was like, damn. Especially there was this one photo from the Empire State Plaza. Okay. It had like a bluish tone. Was
it me modeling or was?
I think it was just an architecture shot.
Okay.
I want to say. That's when I was like, damn, I like this. Yeah. This is different. This is not what anybody else is doing.
For sure.
And dude, you're making a name for your style. Which
is
great.
I like editing and incorporating things that, like, you know, I don't know, Drake, cliche artist, love him though, one of the best rappers ever. Yeah. But anyway, he said something like, you know, you've been there a million times, but you've never been there with me, kind of thing. So like, you know, people always shoot the Plaza. You know what I mean? It's like the go-to place in the area to shoot models, etc. But I like to make something that is going to stand out, look different, and unlike anything anyone has seen before. You know?
For sure.
So yeah, it's a good spot.
Hell yeah. Great place to practice photography and honestly, killer sunrise, sunset photos. Prime right place. Like you said, great place, great backdrop for that nice bokeh portrait shot if that's what you're looking for. Myself, that's something I really want to get more into is doing portrait photography, being able to control the subject, make them feel comfortable.
For sure, yeah.
What do you suggest to people who are maybe wanting to break into portrait or even wedding photography at dealing with somebody you may not know?
Yeah, so it's definitely, I've been getting a lot of experience with it. Started out with like family, friends, stuff like that, you know, and it's easier, but I think the main thing is really a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker. If you have that in your bag, like I have a Sony XP40, it's like this big, it kicks. It's got sound, it could fill this whole like house
Nice, dude.
But I went out with Chronic Cannabis the other day. We were shooting with Silas Yelich down in Albany, and we had a great time, had, you know, rap music blasting, you know, it gets everybody like, you know, easy
In a good
going, in a good mood. Everyone's
Yeah.
smiling, laughing, opposed to it being quiet. Like it's just like super awkward. You know, it can get really dry really quick. So just like kind of like breaking the ice is like the main part. Like if you can break through to the subject or model, then you're gonna have a good shoot.
Hell yeah.
What's your go-to feel-good rap song to get people?
Pretty much any future
Future,
song.
really?
Yeah, for sure. I like to put on some like Mac Miller Kids.
Oh, kids.
Stuff
Great-
like that,
great
you
fucking
know,
album.
just like good feelings, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Any good beat, you know, stuff like that. So that's definitely been mine.
Now, why Mac
And
Miller
breakthrough.
Kids? Out of all.
It's just, I mean, I put that on, I'm happy.
Hell yeah.
You know what
Kool-Aid
I
and
mean?
frozen
Like,
pizza.
I got
man.
that
Yeah.
huge smile right away. Sunny day, even if it's cloudy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a good time. Yeah.
We had actually like a whole half hour dedicated to Mac Miller on our 24-hour podcast. Our friend introduced us to Mac when you would find him on datpiff.com, and
Yeah.
like he was releasing that. He was releasing High Life, and
Okay.
I at the time I wasn't really a hip hop fan, other than your standard
Yeah.
Notorious B.I.G., Wu-Tang
sure.
Clan, East Coast,
Yeah.
powerhouses.
Right.
And I was like, wow, dude, like, we're Steelers fans. Like,
Okay.
Pittsburgh,
My family is.
like,
I'm not, I'm more of a skateboarding, snowboarding dude, but
okay.
yeah, my family's the Steelers.
They're Steeler fans, too?
Yeah, they
Fuck
love
yeah,
it.
dude.
And
Cool,
Abbas
cool.
is too, so him and my dad always get.
Abbas is a Steelers
Yeah,
fan now.
him and my
Wow.
dad always get along
Back in the
very
day,
well.
I hope you're watching, Abbas.
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
need
see
to call
the
you out,
outtakes.
but you were a big Patriots fan back in the day.
Mm.
I was like, no. This is like when like Tom Brady was crushing us in
Okay.
like 2004, 2005.
Yep.
Relentless.
Dick Ryder.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, Mac Miller's fucking awesome. But you brought up skateboarding. Skateboarding is, you love it.
Yeah.
What was your first board?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I remember this. I was 10 years old. I went to the mall, probably Colony Center, I think
Fuck
it
yeah.
was. We went to Champs Sporting Goods.
Oh, they had
You know,
champs. Yeah.
Got it complete for $50. At the time, Champs had like a massive basketball hoop in the ceiling. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like it was a massive ring.
Okay.
Like took
Yeah,
up the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
store. It just sticks out in my mind. But my grandma bought me, my cousin, which was like 6 years older than me, a skateboard, and I just stuck with it. So I was
Hell
always
yeah.
at the shelter as a kid, so I know all the seasons dudes that you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
okay.
good dudes. I brought some of my, I kind of like take like long hiatuses with skating and then like come back here and there. But I brought Trevor my box,
Oh,
and he like
okay.
popped it up a little bit. Got it from my friend Bobby. Brought it to him. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah,
So,
Trevor's the
gotta
man.
support the community. Might as well like give it to someone who can use it. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. I so many great fond memories of the shelter. All different phases of the shelter. My
Yeah.
favorite was the OG shelter, and at
Oh, yeah.
one point they had Red Bull Manny Mania manual pads in the shelter. Like, and that was the coolest thing about it was like, up front it was all business. It was, the 6 and 8 footer where you would skate the
Yeah.
pyramid. You had your side area. No one would hit the forest air rail except a couple people.
Yeah.
And then you had the fucking
I got there
beautiful
eventually.
ledges. I was never a rail skater. Tech,
Okay.
that was it. I'm a filmer for a reason. I owe my life to skateboarding. Honestly,
For
that's
sure.
how I got into everything.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today, kind of like preliminarily thinking about what we were gonna talk about, and I was like, yeah, like when I was a kid, I ripped up those magazines, just covered every freaking like part of my
Every
wall
inch,
and
yeah.
ceiling
Yep.
with like skateboarding magazines, and yeah, I mean that's great photography. I follow a couple guys on YouTube that go out all the time with pro skaters.
Okay.
They have like 6
Wow.
flashes going off, making like separating the subject, everything,
course.
and that's crazy. Like with that high speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
off camera flash.
Yeah,
100%.
I have a bad experience. I had a video camera when I was a kid. And we were down at it was a Pepsi at the time, Times Union MVP Arena for you little kids out there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back in the day, they had that red handrail
Oh
there.
my God! Yeah.
And it was like wide open. It was you could skate forever and then ollie over or do the handrail, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And my friend Brian Cross, I was filming. My friend Brian Cross went and ollied over the rail. Beautiful.
No way.
I had the lens cap on.
No.
Classic.
So
That's
classic.
classic.
It was a big mistake, and just
Hey, that's a big-ass
good
rail.
memory. He did it right after again. I don't even know where that camera is, but yeah.
That I had a buddy backside board slide that rail on, and I filmed it on myself, and I was like, at the time we're like
6
your
pixels.
skate crew. It's like
Yep.
Actually, the kid you were on the podcast with, Cam Ost. The first time you were on the Cheap Flights and the Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast.
Cam Ost, yeah.
He board slid the rail and skate crews. It's just like he was the best in our crew, and we were like, dude, you're gonna be pro.
Yeah.
And now he sells cars,
Yeah.
which is great. And congrats to Cam. He is having a child. Cam is honestly my role model. 2 years younger than me, but he's doing it. Good dude, man.
Cool.
Okay, so the Shelter Skate Park. For myself, something I loved about the Shelter was the crew that worked there. One of my favorite movies of all time that they made was B Block.
Okay. Yep.
And just seeing a local shop video for the first time, where depending on what you like for skateboarding, there's tons of great skateboarding videos out there, and that's something I really miss about skateboarding now. Is it's all Thrasher, it's on Barracks, it's wherever.
Yep.
But aside from that, I was heavily into Flip. Flip Sorry, Jeff Rowley, Fully Flared. I mean,
For
girl
sure.
skateboards in general,
Fully Flared
Hot
was sick.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the Shelter was they didn't push not the mainstream skateboarding shit.
Yeah, you came in with a Zoomies board. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. You can't buy an Element Band board.
Yeah.
But you could buy maybe
Anti-Hero,
5 Boro, Satori wheels, shit you wouldn't fucking find.
Right.
And
they wanted to support more local and also underground shit.
Exactly. I used to think when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is lame. They don't have anybody's board from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. What the fuck? And then okay, yes, there is this way other cooler side of skateboarding that doesn't get covered that much, which is
for sure.
You gotta sell, man. But I just want to stop this conversation quick just to plug a few things. June 17th. We have the Listen Up Awards taking place at Lark Hall. It is a People's Choice Music Awards that we're partnered up with Radio X. And we have tons of categories. You can still vote up until May 25th. You get to decide who is your favorite act for whatever genre it may be. Tickets are on sale now, and they're going fast. June 17th, it's a Friday.
Yep.
Forget your suit. Don't bring it.
Cool.
Blue jeans, your favorite Haggard band shirt. That's
Your
all.
favorite Merle,
That's
Merle
it.
Haggard?
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
let's go with that.
Haggard.
So
I got
there's
excited.
to me, Haggard is
Haggard.
disgusting.
Fucking Merle Haggard, bud.
Oh, I'm thinking about Harry Potter.
Anyone else
Okay,
want to-
staircase?
Hagrid.
We're all gonna pack a digger before we go in.
So, go and check that out. mirth-films.com/listenupawards. Go and vote for who you want to win whatever fucking award. There's also superlatives: favorite Grateful Dead cover act, favorite most likely to fall off stage drunk. It's a fun take on music awards, and your vote, your choice. Also, we have a ton of merch. We even have merch for the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
Finally, we did.
We have a graphic designed by John Hughes with just a quote that you shouldn't live by, and the Cheap Flights and Cornbread t-shirt, official t-shirt. There's also a ton of different Mirth Films gear as well, from sweatshirts, hats, you name it. Just head to our website, mirth-films.com. You can find it all right there. And shout out to all of my photographers. Shout out to you for fucking covering Tulip Festival. Shout out to Vic Prazen for literally shooting every single show and just submitting photos and not even telling me about it. That's awesome. Good things are happening. I don't mean to sound like Mr. Cheezel from fucking Grandma's Boy, but this is probably the most confident I've ever felt in our company. We're slaying it. We got a big announcement coming in July, which we cannot talk about, but we're actively working on. And I can't give you any hints. Sorry. Just keep on tuning in to the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast to find out more. And but back to our conversation, skateboarding. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like a fraternal thing. You go out and see a skater, you automatically relate.
Yeah.
You could be walking down the street, be looking at some curb, and you're like, wow, that's a fucking good curb. Hell yeah, dude. Any favorite skateboarders, or not specifically one, or some that you just really like to watch when you're into it?
I don't know. It's random, man. There's this one dude I've been watching on YouTube. I can't think of his name right now, but he basically has people come over from Japan, and he'll bring them around like LA and like different like cities in the US and
Okay.
just like film them.
Is it NKA Nigel or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't think of his name. He's like a light-skinned dude, curly hair.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know.
Cool,
But
cool.
it's really fun to watch, and I don't really like follow anything like crazy anymore. Like, you know, skating's kind of like, I don't know, a side thing to my like life now.
Right.
But it's fun going to the park up there, Washington Ave, just ripping some Smith grinds, chilling some whatever,
Dude.
3 flips, whatever. Just like stuff that I can do until I'm like 70, you know?
And that's the thing. It's like I personally wish we had something like that when we
Yeah.
were maybe in
was-
our
it was
heyday
there.
for skateboarding.
But it wasn't like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
You go
And
there
then
now, it's like 150 people there. It's nuts.
It's nuts. You'll see like actual pros going and skating. The Plaza, like the whole
Yeah.
America team, Baker, freaking DGK, you
Oh,
name
yeah.
it.
I was thinking about that too, like the Zoomies couch tour.
Oh my
Like
god,
we were
that
talking
happened
shit
in
about
cross
Zoomies,
skates,
but
right?
like that was awesome. Like that, yeah.
I remember it happened only one year.
Mhm.
I
All
didn't
the
get
America,
to make it.
the whole America team went there.
No way.
Andrew Reynolds, I think, was there. It was
boss.
a great time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Frontside flip king. Mine might be better though.
Okay.
Yeah, but I learned them from him for sure. I went to Go Skate Day, I think the same year down in the city. Told my dad I was just going to a friend's house, you know.
Yeah.
Went down to New York for the weekend with like 3 of my buddies. I think we did 2 years down there. But I think it was the New York team. Andrew Reynolds, I think Spanky was on it at the time.
Damn.
And like Kevin Baker, and their team manager came up to me because I'm just like using my tool. Like, hey, can we use your tool? I'm like, yeah, why not? So the whole team used my
That's
tool.
sick.
I just thought it was like cool, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But they just needed a tool at the time, and I was the guy there. So
Wow. Okay, that must be
great
crazy.
time though. Yeah, Go Skate Day was insane. If anybody's never been there, definitely go check it out in New York City. I'm sure it's great all over, but
Yeah, tons of
Nuts.
parks. I mean, street skateboarding,
Yeah.
Mecca. Yeah, man. No, skateboarding has grown exponentially.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
in the Olympics now, and it's just cool
insane.
that like I'll like be pushing around down at the plaza and see like 6 other skateboarders.
mhm.
You would not see that 10, 15
yeah,
years ago.
now it's
crazy.
like a normal thing. You get
And-
arrested back then.
Yeah, you get arrested. Kids are so much better these days. Like, there's a great group of kids here in Albany, New York that shred. And, yeah, shout out to Jeremiah Brizzle. Shout out to Nick Prosecco. Shout out to Chris Senzik. You know, Chris, who just released a full-length skateboarding movie. He's also a photographer, videographer. Catalyst, go check it out on YouTube. Yeah, man. So, something that we do here on the podcast, which we didn't do on the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast, is trivia. So I'm going to send it to this guy.
Oh god. Oh dude. Thank God that light is a little too like good, because I feel like I'm beat red right now. But
Dude,
the
I'm dying.
But the
right
camera
now.
says otherwise. Dude, I look like I'm about to slay a fucking cocktail lunch. A 3 cocktail lunch.
There you
So
go.
yeah. So Brayton, as you may or may
What's up,
not
man?
know, I love trivia. I
Okay.
fucking live, breathe, and probably will die by trivia. My
All right.
only goals left in life are to sell out with Mirth Films for some 7-figure number, and to get on an episode of Jeopardy.
Okay. That'd be sick.
So needless to say,
Jeopardy machine.
dude, Doug Quimby will vouch. Chris Senzik will vouch. We watched Catalyst, and then, by the way, watch Catalyst if you
Okay.
haven't.
The skate
great-
video?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Not only just great shots, very talented skaters, but great fucking soundtrack.
Okay.
Just like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
all over the board in the best way possible. But
Nice.
yeah, went from watching Catalyst, and then I was like, yo, you guys want to rip Jeopardy? And Doug and Chris just look at me like, sure.
They're like, no, but okay.
But yeah, so I got 4 questions. That for every question you get right, I'm going to give you $5.
Okay.
You can leave here with a maximum of $20.
All right.
Question number 1, since your name is on Insta, Love Fury, that is a plug from us. Love Fury, check this man out. I am probably his most recent follower. Let's change that. Since we're talking about love, what century did the first Valentine's Day occur in?
We will say the 16th century.
No, it's actually the 5th.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 496 AD.
Damn. -5.
And before that, no one loved each other at all.
Yeah,
There's no
before
Cupid to
that,
shoot you in the
yeah.
ass.
I thought it would just be like a trendy, like newer age thing coming to America.
Yeah, like a Hallmark holiday almost.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
So, Fury. What country is boxing heavyweight Tyson Fury from?
Ooh. I do not know at all. How many countries are there?
Just under 200.
200 countries.
You technically have a 1 in 200. So point.
Can I give him a hint? Can I give him a hint?
No.
No hints.
All right.
No
I
hints.
had a good hint too.
I don't really keep up with boxing that much.
Dude, I don't either. But I watched him on the Joe Rogan podcast.
But I like how
That was one
you've
of my
done your
favorite.
homework and like the Love Fury shit. Yeah,
I go
that's
hard.
cool. All right, I'm gonna just. I don't know what his ethnicity is. Tyson Fury. I'm gonna just say.
I will tell you, he is named. His family named him his first name after Mike Tyson,
Okay.
and he comes from a family of boxers. I don't know if that's much of a hint. It's probably not actually.
Not really.
But I don't know, just in case you wanted more like of the lore surrounding Tyson Fury.
I do not know at all. Can I hit a Google? Can I talk to a person on the street?
No, sorry. Six-man Dylan McKenzie, our Jamie, is currently
Oh, okay. We
Busy.
got
Nah.
busy.
Not gonna happen.
okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna skip.
they got
Somebody got it.
you had help in the chat.
Oh, okay.
So
You can use the chat.
England.
Fine. It was
Bobby.
I was gonna say they're not in the they're not in the UN anymore. No, they're wait. What did
the
they?
EU.
The
The
EU.
EU.
Shit, that's why I'm in media.
God damn it, Frank.
I was thinking that he was black because of Mike Tyson.
Robert Warner. Thank
No,
you for
no,
tuning
he
in.
is tall and white and kind of fat,
Okay.
but
cool.
he's a fucking savage.
Nice.
His three around. I guess you call it a series with Deontay Wilder is one of my favorites I've watched. In my opinion, almost up to the same levels like Canelo and Triple G,
Okay.
which I mean you don't follow boxing.
I'll
So
catch one here and there.
next question: which NBA team has appeared in the most finals? Not won, but appeared in the most NBA finals.
Appeared in the most NBA finals. I'm gonna just say the Celtics.
That is incorrect.
Dude, I wouldn't have got that either.
It's the Lakers.
The Lakers,
Yep,
okay.
Literally the only other one.
Yep.
All right.
Makes sense.
Cool.
I mean,
So
all
you
those
got-
90s losses from MJ.
Yeah. You got $5 so far.
How?
You got help from the crowd.
Oh, all right.
So
Thanks,
Bobby,
Bob. I got
Bobby
you.
Warner.
Yeah, this is
Bobby
one of my
Warner.
best
Bobby Warner.
friends.
No way.
My childhood
Shout out
friend.
Shout out
My
Bobby.
brother. Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right.
He does photography too. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
He's got
Post
Sony.
your,
He's probably better than
post
me.
your Instagram handle so we can follow it, Rob.
Este Elagato, I believe.
Really?
Something like I'm trying.
Ah, dude. We must be like 2 minutes delayed or something.
Yeah, I could see that. All right.
Hey, what is the delay?
I think it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Not
20 seconds
bad.
sounds about right.
At least like real time delay, not like
Just so you say something, you can like cut it or what?
you know. We probably could, but that's why we're not on Facebook anymore.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, last question to make it a possible even $10. The Netflix series Fake Vegan covers the trials and tribulations of a vegan restaurant taking place in what U.S. state?
New York.
That's correct.
Yeah, I watched
Dude,
that
we're
one.
the
Dude.
king of the vegan. Oh, you watched it?
Dude,
All right.
Taylor and I watched one fucking episode of the series and we're hooked already.
Okay.
We've just
Yeah, I finished the whole thing. I think it was
Have you thought about
one
crossing
night.
over? Have you thought about getting angry about your food intake?
getting angry about my food intake.
I just feel all vegans are just pissed off all the time because they don't get that protein, man.
No. It is very, very difficult to get all of the like essential nutrients like just in a vegan diet. Normally has to be supplemented by
A keto diet.
supplements.
What did you say? Vegan. What was the show name that you said? They're saying
Bad
it.
vegan. Yeah.
Bad
They're,
vegan.
They're like correcting you, as if you didn't.
I said bad vegan.
Taylor
Oh, it's Taylor.
corrected you.
I said bad vegan. We watched it. We fucking watched it. We watched the whole episode. And I want to watch more. It's a good series.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
People are loving the scam stuff lately.
So is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, you won $10. $10
$10.
richer.
Very
Pay
nice,
for your
very,
gas
very
to
nice.
get here.
Yeah,
In our
maybe.
climate, Jesus Christ.
What a time to be alive.
Seriously, what a time to be alive. And what a time to be a Steelers fan. We got a new quarterback. Would you like to fill us in?
Absolutely. Kenny Pickett, Pennsylvania student of the game.
Okay.
Probably going to probably take this first year to sit behind Mitch Trubisky, which sounds bad. That's it. It sounds bad. It sounds pretty bad, actually. But I have hope for him. They always use that same bullshit. Oh, he doesn't have big hands, but like, dude, he did fine.
Okay.
A lot of analysts are already saying it was the most overrated pick in the first round, saying that it was a reach at 20. I don't agree with that. I'm not inclined to.
So he's basically, we have the chance of having an Aaron Rodgers, who was drafted late in a 2007 or 2008 draft.
He was drafted in 2005.
Who ended up being better
drafted
than...
in 2005.
2005. And
Yeah, but he
I
sat
forgot
for
who was the guy. Who
Brett
was the
fucking Favre?
No, not Brett Favre. There
Oh.
was another quarterback that got drafted number 1. That was like the 1-2 to him. That he bounced around a little bit. I can't remember who they got.
Matt Flynn?
Not Matt Flynn. I'll have to look it up. If anybody knows the 2005 number 1 pick.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Alex
It was like
fucking
him
Smith.
and Alex Smith and sorry, Alex Smith, you weren't better.
And apparently I said fake vegan, not bad vegan.
You did say fake vegan.
Oh.
I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Hell yeah.
But
okay, so we at least have a quarterback that can throw the football more than 10 yards. That's a good thing.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
a good thing. Nothing against you, Ben, but you should have
You're
retired a few years ago.
No, dude, what are you talking about? He did have to throw away a season late in his career because of, fucking up his arm.
Yeah.
Can't really do anything about that. And then the season after that, he did just fine.
But then we recently had an 8-0 streak season that starting off, right? A couple of years ago.
Yeah. And then it went and then I think we ended up going 13-3.
Which is not bad for a quarterback late in their career.
Or 11
sure.
and No. That one we went 11-5. That one we went 11-5.
Okay.
That's bad.
Right.
But we've also gone through a lot of talent. What Pittsburgh does a great job of scouting. Honestly, the only other franchise, in my opinion, that scouts like the Pittsburgh Steelers is the New England Patriots. However, Pittsburgh knows how to scout fucking divas. Scout people with like the super duper talented, massive upside, massive ceiling, but like just issues, man. Fucking issues.
Yeah.
Like, we drafted a wide receiver. I forget his first name. Last name, Pickens. In the third
Slim?
round. No.
It's not Slim Pickens.
That would only be fitting. But there's like a video of him watching the screen, and he's just like blank staring at, like he's a goddamn serial killing fucking cat drowning son of a bitch.
He's probably just waiting for the next paycheck.
And at best, he's gonna have the upside of Antonio Brown, which, I mean, hey, AB gave us like 6 damn good seasons, and I would argue, find any other wide receiver in the NFL who had a 6-season stretch like AB.
And not only that, you have Tom Brady who wanted him.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit about his antics. He just wanted to win a fucking game. That's what it's about at the end of the day. But I do have to say, like, a big discouragement of watching football for me is people celebrating when they're losing on defense, especially the Pittsburgh Steelers, because Mike Tomlin doesn't discipline their players, and I just don't like him as a head coach. I think they should just get rid of him and go back to the blue collar feel that Bill Cowher, Chuck Noll had, Dick LeBeau, like the steel curtain. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up because my name's Jack Lambert and I'm missing the fucking tooth. Like,
missing teeth.
Be afraid.
And you know the crazy thing is too, is that if Pittsburgh were to dump Mike Tomlin at any point, at least 10 teams would be like fucking scratching on the fucking door, trying to like get a phone call with him, which is weird to think about, but it also shows like what the standard, what the Pittsburgh standard has been
recent times.
Yeah.
And I will say, on a side note, for all the Jam Band fans that are listening and are fans who literally just watch us because you like to get stoned
and
and
Bobby
watch
Warner,
us.
who told us to continue talking about skateboarding.
Let's talk about skateboarding. And yes, you will find, but I will say, get back to my point, we will be talking about the Steelers from time to time.
His bench that I gave to Trevor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, fuck yeah. Keep it moving, keep it going. Skateboarding today, to me, is it's so accessible now, and like it is fun just to watch it. Like I still keep myself involved, like if you go to our website, we cover skateboarding, and there's just so many great kids. Like, you know, if you're like just getting into skateboarding, or you're into it, or you were into it at one point and just want to get back for nostalgic purposes, highly recommend listening to the 9 Club. It is one of the greatest podcasts in skateboarding.
Okay.
It's biographical. They have a different skateboarder on every single episode. It doesn't repeat. They've even had Lil Wayne on.
Cool.
And Lil Wayne shreds.
He's alright.
He's all right, but you know
he
what?
tries that, and he brings a lot to skateboarding.
He brings a whole different crowd
Different
to
platform,
skateboarding.
yeah.
Exactly, and that's
he
it's
made
universal.
Blink-182 relevant, which I mean.
He did, and unfortunately, you didn't have to do that.
No.
So, but one of my new favorite skateboarders I've been watching, he skates for America. His name's Brandon Hoban. Go and check him out. He is one of the most gnarliest skateboarders to date. It makes Nyjah look like a bitch. I'm sorry. I will say, like, I'm a Nyjah fan.
Yeah,
you know,
love him.
who isn't? The
So
little kid
smooth.
with dreads who made it, you know,
Yeah.
or the modern day Tony Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, dude, you're a little cocky. And there's so much other great skateboarders that get overshadowed that you just don't see because of Street League or whatever the main competitions are these days. America released a new video, and going back to nostalgic purposes, I love America because the movie Stay Gold changed my life. It was a cinematic masterpiece.
Yep.
The editing was amazing, and the skaters were gnarly, and like it made you feel something, and that's what you should feel from any form of content you watch. They still are using the same formula today, and they just put out like a full like team video which actually featured skateboarding here in Albany, which is freaking crazy.
Wow. Okay.
There's this back rail on the opposite side of the plaza, where you could go down the highway to get on the 787. This massive double kink that Justin Figueroa, like, he does like an overcrook on it.
Wow.
And like it's shit like that that's like,
Down
wow.
to the museum?
It's not down to the museum. So when you're on the backside of the plaza, there's a stair set that goes down and in.
Okay.
You'll have to see it if you're wherever you're driving. I couldn't believe that was even done. Like and just bringing Albany to mainstream skateboarding. Also, Louis Lopez completely murdered the rail. Same with Mark Sushu. Mark Sushu is like one of the greatest skateboarders of all time. Super technical, can do literally anything. Released like 7 parts last year. Won Skater of the Year for Thrasher. Go and check him out. You would literally be like jaw dropped. And it's like skateboarding in a practical sense, like just cruising, but like cruising and then like doing a tray flip nose slide and continue to cruise.
That's sick.
Something crazy. There's so much pro skateboarders that come through Albany now. It's awesome to know that we're on the map. And big props to Season Skate Shop for adapting after not having a park to rep anymore. All the same great people behind it. And they were featured in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 as the hometown skateboard shop for the remastered game.
Really?
So if you go,
Wow,
not
I
only
didn't
can
know
you find a seasons board in
Wow.
where you can skate, if you go to the first level of Tony Hawk, which is the warehouse,
Yeah.
it is Rensselaer, New York.
No shit.
Yeah, it's Rensselaer or Waterville. I can't remember.
The
Yeah,
warehouse?
The warehouse. Like the first level on Tony Hawk ever.
What?
I'm not
It was
kidding.
based around that like back then, or
Well-
like they just like put a name to it now?
Well, the reason why they did that was because the new game, the remastered game that just came out like within the last couple of years, they freaking
Who is Tippy?
Tippy.
But
Tippy.
shout out Mr. Hoffman's, rest in peace.
Mr. Hoffman, who's that?
One of my best friends growing up, Dylan Hoffman.
Oh, dude, rest in peace.
I'm wondering who Tippy is though. That place was amazing though. Like Tyler and Dylan, I don't know if you know them.
No.
His kids, but they would have like 10 people, 15 people over every night, and we'd stay up all night long watching stupid movies, jumping in the pool off the trees, shit like that.
Jackass stuff.
Teenager shit. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, what else do you do in the suburbs? That's about it. Like get into trouble.
Yep.
So, yeah. But back to my point. I don't remember what I was saying.
Talking about Tony Hawk.
Tony
Pro
Hawk,
Skater.
yeah. So the reason why is because the company that remastered the game is right here in Albany, New York. They're called Vicarious Visions.
Okay.
They've made a bunch of different games like Guitar Hero on Tour, which came out like Nintendo DS. There's literally tons of different games they've made. They continue to do development work for Destiny 2, and they actually just remastered Diablo 2, which shout out to my girlfriend. She covered them.
Oh yeah.
For her news story. She works for like a local station, but when they remastered the game, it was a big deal. Diablo 2 is like one of the greatest computer games of all time, and so it's cool that they did it right here in Albany, and knowing that.
For sure.
And now they're owned by Bungie, so we have Bungie in our backyard, right in Manans. It's crazy.
Cool.
Like,
Shit.
Dude, crazy to think
That's
about.
awesome, man.
it is.
Oh, it's Mark Godfrey, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. Good man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're well, bro.
Dude,
Cheers.
come on the fucking podcast, buddy.
Gilbert Godfrey, rest in peace. It's totally off.
All right.
All right,
Else
we're-
feel just a little mildly fucking uncomfortable right now.
I don't know. What else we got to talk about here?
Where's the cornbread?
So cornbread. I actually hate cornbread. I hate cornbread.
Where did the name come from?
So the name, Cheap Flights and Cornbread, came from a Facebook thread.
Okay.
We're trying to sell tickets for the Adirondack Independence Music Festival last year. Somebody's like, you can get cheap flights, and I was like, you can get some cornbread as well, because like my mom's kind of like notorious for bringing cornbread to the festival for bands to have.
Sure. Jalapeno?
So,
Jalapeno cornbread?
She likes making that corn salsa cornbread.
Nice.
Anything you can buy at Trader Joe's, just put it in the cornbread. She does it.
For sure.
But I hate cornbread. Never liked it, and still don't like it to this day. It's a waste of.
Gotta have something saucy with it, you know?
Yeah, maybe like
Try
barbecue,
it. Yeah,
something like that, but not for me. I'm a Reuben guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just came from some stupid, like always,
Yeah.
like Mirth Films came from some stupid at work.
Okay.
Our last podcast, Kinda Live, Kinda Living,
Okay.
dumb as hell,
Sure.
worked great. And that's what it's
Cool.
about. When you're trying to create something and create a platform, it's very easy to be, I don't know what the word is, but cliche, I guess. And you got to make something unique, like Love Fury, you
Right.
know? The captain.
I was
or
in
what
bed
were you,
just
Captain's public
about to
figure?
fall asleep.
Yeah, Captain's public figure.
Captain's public figure,
Classless bastards.
classless bastards.
For sure.
It's about being spontaneous, and so that's why we just, if a name doesn't come to my mind with anything that I'm doing,
Yeah.
I don't name it.
Okay.
And I also don't name things until they're done. Aside from Cheap Flights and Cornbread, that kind of happened.
Okay.
And I was like, it kind of stuck,
Yeah.
and like I realized I made the shirt. I made this shirt before I even decided that this was going to be the podcast name. Okay. And it just stuck, and people were like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
And then now I have a
catchy,
reason
memorable.
to say it. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a way to rebrand what we're doing.
Yep.
New co-host.
For sure.
And yeah, man, 2022 Mirth Films, man.
Cool, bro.
So, we had crazy weeks leading up to this, but to keep things up with the times, I also want to plug Courtyard Sessions. We're in our second season. Shout out to Aaron Harks, who just did the first episode with us. You can go watch it now on the Mirth Films YouTube channel. Go and check it out. Aaron's one of the greatest musicians to come out of this area. Fucking definitely listen to it. We'll give you the feels. And for those who don't know what Courtyard Sessions is, it's a cinematic take on music. I started it because I was sick of doing live streams. I did about 50 or 60 live streams during the pandemic. I was like, this is literally so formulated. You're setting up the camera. It's like this, but it's not much changes. I can't use my gimbal while we're live streaming, whatever, So it's a way for me to practice. So when I'm out on tour working for bands, I'm keeping my shit intact.
For sure.
And I helped out musicians too. So it's fun, and it takes my time up, and I love it.
How do we go to Australia and do Tame Impala?
Tame Impala, I guess we'll just have to get a cheap flight.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess. But that being said, shout out to Brian Lasky, one of our photographers who actually covered the Mohegan Sun show. So that's
sick.
we're happy to have you on board. Any show you're looking to cover, let us know.
Yeah.
It's something
Tim
that
in Boston was like the best like light visuals I've ever seen in a concert, and I've seen
hell
like,
yeah,
a lot.
it looked great.
Yeah, it was like those were all iPhone photos. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
just
You
insane.
sent me some. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, like that
Right.
circular light feature that was like able to come behind them and also above them, just like manipulate how they look and everything.
Hell yeah,
Insane.
dude, for sure. Well, just because it's getting so hot in here, I don't know about you guys. I'm literally fucking dying. Like,
Happy I wore a t-shirt. I don't know how you're doing this.
dude,
Because we went we tried to convert people today.
Convert?
Yeah.
Jehovah's?
From Jehovah's.
yeah,
Okay.
back to normal.
Yeah.
All for a good cause for charity.
Okay.
No, they all, believe it or not, they don't like it when people knock on their door.
Mm.
I find that a little strange.
Jehovah's doors?
Yeah.
Is that what you guys did? No.
No.
What's
That
the
would be a funny YouTube
Imagine-
video. If you guys went to like Jehovah's Witnesses houses and like try to convert them to something.
That is a solid idea.
Else.
I would
Write
actually
that
be
down.
down to do
Also,
something like that.
And that's great.
We'll credit you, dude.
We need to write that down. But also,
That was a
before
collaboration.
we get into the wrap-up procedure, last night, amongst all the bullshit that happened at Peters that I'm not going to talk about, one of our regulars, a dear friend of ours, Michael John Burke, I learned last night he's an artist. He's a painter. And he would challenge us and say, hey, scribble something, I'll turn it into art. So what did I do, like the 13-year-old I am? I did a bunch of scribbles and I put a hidden dick and balls in there.
Of course.
He turned it into a fucking nativity scene.
Nice.
Just
He made it religious.
pencil, yeah. But he had this idea because he noticed, because he is figuring out Facebook. He's, I would assume, in his mid to late 60s. He has a bunch of paintings, like he makes a living off his paintings.
Wow. Okay.
He had this idea for paintings that never sold, called Burn or Buy. And it would be like a live stream setup. And the theme of it would be that, you know, each there'd be a timer for every work. And the fire would be kindled out of banned books.
Okay.
So like just fucking 300 copies of Catcher in the Rye.
So if it's not
That's
bought,
great,
it
dude.
burns up,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
Yeah, so
like
That's
5
cool.
minutes if no one puts a bid on it, setting it on fire.
Wow.
With Michael John Burke's paintings.
No, that's pretty good.
Which is
Well,
exactly his words. I wanted to talk to you about this while we were trying to convert the Jehovah's, but I didn't think of it until now.
No, it's a great idea. Let's burn some banned books and sell some art. And if we can't sell it, we're gonna remove the clutter for the motherfucker.
We're gonna burn it.
We're gonna burn it.
with the books.
I like
Spring
it.
cleaning.
That is that time. Even
Yeah.
though it's fucking
Summer.
midsummer in this room.
Literally, I'm definitely keeping the windows open next time. That is
Oh.
my big learning lesson. I was like,
It's okay.
you know what? I should, for sound purposes, keep it closed, but you know that's better than an AC. Maybe we start doing this earlier in the day. No, maybe not. Actually,
Maybe
be
we
hotter.
start doing it late.
Later in the night.
Late. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do it like midnight.
Midnight, yes.
We'll do it from Peter's Pub.
Midnight merge.
Yes.
We should do
What
it.
could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
Than to have
It's the most
thousands of
respectful-
dollars worth of equipment out in the open at the most well-respected establishment in Glens Falls.
It is prestigious.
With a
Let's
smoking
just say
room.
the least.
Damn good wings, though.
Don't put your pinky up when you're drinking a beer.
No,
and
no.
Get your ass kicked. So yeah, but a way we like to wrap up things is just to share with people what we've been consuming, what we've been watching, what we've been listening. If you play video games, what video games you've been playing. So we'll start down the road. What do you? We'll start off. What have you been watching, man?
It's been a busy
Other than
few
bad
weeks,
vegan.
man. I have not consuming. I've just been creating. Honestly.
Been creating. Okay.
What? That's such
What?
a fucking Gary V answer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, like literally, I worked at my day job Monday through Friday, boom, boom, boom. Then like photo shoot Friday, Saturday. Worked another different job on Sunday. Went right back into a 13-hour shift Monday. You know what I mean? So haven't really been consuming much, but tons of Instagram shit like that.
Nice.
Love
Listen.
looking at photography on there. Quick like little YouTube videos. You know, those like real like 10-minute things are like important for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't really sit down for a full like 30-minute hour show.
So you're not gonna
anymore.
watch this podcast back.
No, I lived it. I lived it. Why would I watch it back?
I'm just fucking.
But I think I watched the episode of Ozark, like kind of in and out of doing shit a couple nights ago. That's a good one. I don't know if you've ever seen Ozark.
Oh, phenomenal series.
Middle class family getting tied with the cartels and, you know, fucking up and shit. But yeah, that's always fun. But yeah.
What have you been listening to?
Today when I was editing, I was listening to The Used a lot. I don't know if you remember.
Okay, yeah,
remember
throwback.
The
Yeah,
Used?
2005.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Caught Fire, I Caught Fire in Your Eyes or whatever. Just
Cool.
good vibes
cool.
like that. Taking Back Sunday. I don't know. It just kind of like brings me back and like, I don't know. If you listen to like new stuff, you don't really like create things that are like different. You're kind of like in that like mainstream
Pop
type
culture,
of like
man.
pop culture
It's
type
not
thing.
the sub. Yeah.
And have that same like feel within your work too. So if you like go back a little bit or go like forward, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
That's why I listened to bands like 40 years before I was born.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. All right. You mentioned you played RuneScape a lot. Had a forum. Have you been playing any video games? Or do you play any video games?
There's a mini game on RuneScape, like an old school version of it that I play here and there. It's like basically like Fortnite.
Okay.
On that, and it's like you basically like it's very click intensive, like switching like 7 like items in like a millisecond, and then casting a spell, and then switching back 7 items, changing your prayer range, this and that. It's very, very hectic. I'll play for like 20 minutes at the end of the night or something just to kind of cool down, even though it's not really cooling down because it's so hectic.
Yeah.
But yeah, play that here and there, but nothing really else.
Cool.
Yeah.
Word, man. Well, what about you, Brett? Let's go down the three things. What have you been watching?
Well, bad vegan, fake vegan,
Fake vegan.
bad and fake vegan. 1 episode in, I got Taylor to start watching a little bit of the live action Cowboy Bebop, which is pretty solid. A little upset that they decided not to renew it. I started reading, which will probably never happen again.
Banned books or?
Only banned books. No,
Nice.
I got my best friend Nick Bull and his fiance Heather got me a trilogy of books. Apparently, there's a whole like.
Actually, I saw them in your car.
Yeah, the 3 books. They're the book of useless knowledge, the book of useful information, and the book of like like random intelligence. Like just 3 things that will not only help me pursue my goals to be on Jeopardy, but also make every guest's life a fucking living hell if they're trying to win money.
Let's put that useless knowledge to use, man.
Oh, dude.
Spew some bullshit.
Oh, dude.
About
You
it.
gotta spew. You always gotta spew.
What have you been listening to?
Listening to on the way here, I went through like this whole Guitar Hero 3 playlist,
Nice.
basically, and a little bit of like Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. I was listening to well, you know the guitarist John 5.
Of course, yeah.
The Black Widow of Laporte or Laporte. I don't know what the E's pronunciation is in that, but it's like a 7.5 minute instrumental, fucking dope. And then as I was pulling in here trying to find a parking spot, just jamming out to My Curse, Kill Switch Engage.
Okay, yeah.
And then over the course of this week, I probably put like 3 hours of Halo Infinite in, which is
Respectful.
yeah, not crazy, just whenever I get time between.
And I'm pretty sure they're about to release a new, I don't know what you call it, a new season. As the games do. So they're going to be adding campaign multiplayer. Finally, there's going to be Forge finally added. I don't know what console you were. If you ever played console games.
I bought an Xbox literally for like FIFA and 2K when the boys come over.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Bobby,
he's still
franchise. Here. FIFA.
Halo Infinite, the story, it's open world, dude. It's fucking awesome. Highly recommend checking it out. Even if you got Game Pass and you play on PC, it's definitely worth playing and paying for the subscription. I guess what I've been watching is literally nothing. I've literally been traveling for the past 2 weeks. Did 4 nights of Fish. Spent a shit ton of money that I will never get back. And then went down to New Orleans to go celebrate my girlfriend's dad's 60th birthday, and ended up getting a photo pass to the New Orleans Jazz Festival.
Awesome.
Fucking awesome. I want to go back every year. And definitely the biggest music festival I've ever been to. They had like 11 stages. It was huge. Yeah,
Damn.
it was crazy.
You got your steps in that day.
Yeah, I was literally like running around in circles, like going to different stages.
And knowing Frankie was
My
probably
ankles
wearing
hurt on
fucking
Sunday.
pants too.
I was wearing pants the first day only because like we drove in 2 days. It's a fucking long drive.
Right.
So
Wait, you drove 2 days?
well we took
That's a 26-hour drive.
we drove we don't even kill ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So but like
Come on.
but on our way back, I couldn't sleep. I was so high on coffee that we stayed at our Airbnb for like an hour and a half, and like it was a really cool Airbnb, and I feel bad like that we didn't get to really take advantage of it. But I had to get back up here because I have a shit ton of stuff to take care of and fucking do stuff for you guys. So I didn't get really to watch a lot, but listening, and I listened to a lot of podcasts. I pretty much made it down on podcasts. So Hawk versus Wolf, it's this Tony Hawk podcast with Jason Ellis. Fucking awesome. Go and check it out. They don't have just skateboarders on there. Bobby Lee was just on there. Nicolas Cage was on it. Oh, it's really cool, dude. It's a good listen, and Jason Ellis is a jackass, so it makes it all that much more fun.
For sure.
Music-wise, Billy Squier specifically.
The Stroke.
Lonely is the Night. I forgot the name of the movie.
Couples Retreat.
Yes, dude, the Guitar Hero scene.
Yes, Couples fucking Retreat.
So because of that, I have had Lonely is the Night in my frontal lobe, just because it just was such a great movie scene on trying to make a bet and rip Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn. If you don't like Vince Vaughn, then
Vince
stop
Vaughn
watching.
hustled the shit out of him.
Hustled the shit out of this guy playing Lonely is the Night on whatever.
Dude, crushing it.
That is exactly why I have that song in me. The Dude of Life, one of Fish's lyricists, he has a song Bitchin' Again. It's a great song. And then I've been listening back to old Fish shows of just their jams, and good shit, especially when you're trying to get work done, something instrumental is nice to have on. I can't work in silence just because of what I do. I can't focus. So playing, I've been burning through video games, but I had to take a little hiatus just because I had to focus, and we got this award ceremony, we got all this upcoming stuff which we can't talk about, sorry. But I recently bought the GTA Trilogy Remastered. So awesome. And it got horrible reviews. But I feel over time, just like Cyberpunk became one of my favorite games of all time. After the fact, it got patched.
I played it. I cleared all the missions, and then an NPC got stuck in a wall, and I couldn't finish the game.
What were you playing on?
PC.
Oh, you're playing on PC?
Yeah.
No shit. And that's crazy because that was the best reviewed version of the game.
Yeah, it was.
And it was. But now, I don't know if you played it since the patch drop. I have no problem on my Series X. And just the story is badass.
Yeah.
It is.
I see YouTube videos where people are just fucking flying through the air
and you're gonna see similar shit in the GTA trilogy. I'm mainly playing it because of nostalgic purposes, and because when I played GTA, 3, Vice City, San Andreas back in the day, it was about putting the cheats into the game and just blowing
Game
shit
Shark.
up.
Yeah, going to buy that.
But now it's actually playing the series with actual checkpoints that aren't gonna send you all the way back. And playing in updated graphics is awesome. I don't have a CRT TV. I kind of want to get one to play PS2 games and Xbox games, just because when you blow up that 4:3 image on a HD TV, it looks like shit.
Yep.
And there's so many great games that haven't been remastered yet, but that's something I've been playing a lot. And Red Dead Redemption 2, loved the first one. Finally started playing the second one. Amazing. I can see why it's one of the greatest games ever made. But yeah, other than that, not a lot of video games. Still waiting for Skate 4. Come on, EA. Not going to buy Session, and I'm not going to buy Skater XL because it's too similar to the controls. It's just, I don't know. Skate is one of the best games you could pick up and play, roll around, play for 10 minutes or whatever,
Whatever you got.
Exactly. So other than that, that's about it. I had something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So tomorrow night, if you're in Albany, if you didn't get your tickets, Mo is playing a show to 100 people at Empire Underground in Albany, New York, listed as Monkeys on Ecstasy, which is their acronym for Mo, and which will never happen again. This is usually they sell out the Palace Theater. They're just playing this show for the fans, and it's going to be awesome. Hope to see you there. If you do see me there, come ask for a Mirth Film sticker. We have different types of stickers now. Thank you, Sticker Mule. Sponsor the podcast or something like that. Other than that, yeah, as all of you know, you can watch and listen to the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast on right here on YouTube, now Twitch. And if you're sitting in the car at work and want to get distracted, pop on iTunes or Spotify and go listen to it. Thank you. Thank you for coming on, man. Love
No problem,
Fury.
man.
You got any more plugs?
No, I'm good. I appreciate you guys having me.
That was the
No.
weakest dap I've ever.
We'll do it again.
That was nice. That
We'll
was
do another one. You know,
Oh,
all right.
dude.
It's all about calibrating with the people that you're meeting, right? Because
Exactly.
like people
Yeah.
all
Or
do different things
yeah.
differently, whatever. But yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's my first podcast ever. I'm a virgin. Now it's,
Not anymore.
tons of blood flowing, you know?
So-
Welcome back on
so
anytime,
hope it,
and
hope, it
Thanks,
didn't,
man.
hope it didn't hurt.
looking
Yeah,
forward to
yeah,
seeing
not
all
too bad.
the photography you have coming.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Got like 5 shoots in the works right now. It's going to be, page is going to grow very
Dude,
exponentially.
what I
Love
like-
Fury
that's what we
LLC.
like to
It's
hear,
gonna
man.
happen.
Sure.
Thank you. Love Fury Instagram. Go and check him out. If you don't know, now you know. Notorious B.I.G. Abbas Murtaza. Abbas Murtaza. Abbas Murtaza. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. We're fading the fuck out.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Nice.